Boy, has a night. And she had, what was your sister stayed in the other corner, and then there were people staying in.
Well, the one, the cross one, that had a little closet when we moved here. It was about that wide. You couldn't hang a shirt on a hanger this way. You had to hang them flat. And it was about that wide. That was the only closet, and I took that out right away and put the other one.
Oh, I kind of remember. Yeah, I forgot all about that. And that was up here.
Yeah, Merle and I did that.
There,
right.
Okay.
One day I said, yeah, I need a closet. And one of my daughters was here, and she said, well, I'll go upstairs and design one. And she did, and we tore out the other one. So, yeah, just a little tiny closet. And I love the closet door with the carving in.
Well, we figured that, I figured that...
you think he
Eckert
did that? Not
for...
Eckert, the man before.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, okay. He was a carpenter. Yeah.
I said maybe for ventilation.
I think you need it.
And they have a louver door in the other one, so it had to be. And those, I guess those they get damp because of the...
No, just an old house.
Chimney?
Yeah. Oh, isn't that something? Oh, I'm so glad you came. Gee whiz. Huh. So, watch the step. You know that step.
Yes. I said,
my mother fell over this step for 19 years.
Oh, God. I said, I was so tempted the last time I was up here, I saw your sign to stop and say...
Oh, then that answers. Yeah.
This was a garage here.
Right.
And I think Hendrickson put this on.
Oh, wow. This is really big. But I wonder why you had the chimney back there.
Well, he would duck carving and he had a little shop. See, this wasn't like that. This guy, Eckert, that came in here, he raised fish of some kind. And he had these tanks all along here. I changed it around with these electric plugs for the fish.
Yeah.
And then he had guinea pigs in there. And he had an insulator. Guinea pigs don't need insulation, but I guess he figured his fish or something. Yeah, I don't know. Never could understand him. He was 19 years on the Trenton Police Force and got thrown off before he could even get a pension. Yeah, I don't know what he did.
Whatever. Probably didn't do anything worse than everybody does today. Oh, I can see that this was the original here.
Yeah.
And which I thought was gigantic back then. Just half of it. Oh, I could just fill this up with so many projects. No problem at all.
Well, we have a wagon, a horse-drawn wagon in here. And I used to put hay across the back when I had horses. And I had a building for hay out there, too. I used to fill that with hay, too. And then there was a little stable out there. We kept 2 horses and a pony in there. And, but 2 years ago, I cleaned up the grounds because I couldn't travel.
Yeah.
Having the animals, and that's when we went to Florida for the winter. Florida and out to Texas and Arizona and New Mexico. But taxes are high here. The taxes are, you only pay about a quarter as much taxes in Florida as you do here. And your automobile insurance is half, a little less than half. It'd be $800 for 2 cars here, and it's like $1,600 or $1,700 for a car and a truck, And just everything's so much cheaper. And I won't stay there in the summertime. I think it'll get too hot. I'll have to stay this summer to get settled. But the following summer, I got a trailer out here, and I'll just get in that, and we'll go someplace.
Well, that's a good idea. Now, I probably knew his mother, but I don't know the children. His mother's name's Marjorie.
Fox, yeah.
Right.
Okay, well, Marjorie Fox still lives there. And in the White House, it's not quite kept up as well. Okay, well, and, oh, boy, names are...
He sold his house, and I know it was $300,000 or up. And the Russians came in and paid cash.
Wow.
How'd Russians find their way back?
No, see, you got...
There's several of them.
Russian settlement up around Lakewood and down in Carmel. You got that other Russian settlement. They probably mingle around. They probably want to establish. And then the Rova Farms and the big Russian resort up. It's not big, but it's big to them. They have
We rode up there one time.
Churches
just
and
to
everything
see
else.
the
I always
churches with all
wanted
the
to
gold domes.
go there on the Easter morning because they come out and march all the time. There's bricks here.
Mm-hmm.
We figured that's why that won't grow too well. Nothing will grow here. All bricks in
You say you found a pitch pump?
here. Yeah, oh, there was a pump too.
Out here you found the pump? Or over there?
What? No, well, the pump, I figure, had been in the kitchen.
It was.
Yeah, it was just a small black
Yeah.
one. But that was around here now. Where that's going to, I don't know. I didn't pack it out of the way.
Okay, when did you live in this house?
From 1923 until 1935 or 6.
What was it like living in Lower Bank back?
It was quiet. There really wasn't anything to do, and everybody was anxious to get to the big city.
How about like things like electricity?
Let's see. No, not when we first came here. There wasn't any. I can't remember whether there was any before we left or not. There probably was.
You had an ice house?
Well, I think they called it an ice house or a summer house, that only the roof was above the ground, and all the rest was built below the ground, and the sides, I believe, were brick. And then they would store things in there to keep all winter, like maybe potatoes or whatever.
And would they cut the ice from the Mullica River?
I remember a lot of times that they used to cut huge chunks when it really froze, at least 12 feet deep, and then whatever they cut, and then they would store it in there. They would put sawdust on top to preserve it.
Okay. Were there a lot of people living in Lower Bank at that time?
No, I don't think so. Not really, no.
Scattered.
Yeah. And I'm sure that you knew everybody. Everybody knew everybody else.
And what they were doing, I'm sure.
Yes, definitely.
How did the Depression affect your family and the boat works? Here during Depression years, right?
Everybody was poor, and everybody helped everybody else. Neighbors took care of their neighbors.
Right. How about the boat works? What happened with the boat works?
I think things were very slow then. And if they had one boat to build, it was sensational.
Right.
Because it did carry you through for quite a ways.
Yeah. I guess what brought them out of it was probably the government contracts building the
I'm sure.
government boats.
I'm sure. And the wartime, that always brings prosperity to somebody.
Yeah. Is there any particular thing you remember about the boat works? Maybe a certain boat or...
No, I just remember having tea parties on the boats in the wintertime when they were in storage.
There's got to be another one.
I'm sure there is. Not very high, are they?
You run that again. You remember about the boats?
Oh, when we had tea parties, like in the wintertime when the boats were in storage, which was probably sugar and water, which is rather sickening when you think about it now.
What was Grandpa Charlie like?
He was a fun person. Very, very happy, smiling, cigar chewing, hug. But he was a good person.
How about Grandma Meem?
Well, she was every bit a lady. She was nice. She was a really good grandmother.
Where did he learn his skill of boat building?
I really don't know. I suppose it came down through the family.
Yeah, that was how long had Leek's been building boats, do you know?
I really don't know.
Yeah.
But I know it goes way, way back.
Yeah. Okay, anything else you'd like to add to the tape?
Well, it just is such a delightful day, and I'm so glad that we did this.
Good. Yeah, I'm glad we did too. I'm glad I got here.
Yeah, at long last. And the people were lovely. Really, really nice. And I guess